Hey everybody, it's Emily Belknap with the Hendricks Belknap Group at Keller Williams The Marketplace. Today we're at Pinots Palette in the district and we're going to meet with Reed Allwell to see what they're all about. So let's go meet him. All right, Reed, well, thank you so much for sitting down with us and having us in today. So tell us a little bit about how long you've been in the Valley and what brought you to Pinots Palette.
So my wife and I have been here for 20 years in the Valley. I was working for a big casino vendor company, and my wife was a nurse instructor at the College of Southern Nevada. But we decided we wanted to own our own business. We wanted to do our own thing, but we really had no idea what to do. So we went to a franchise expo in New York City. And literally they're just showing you all these franchises to buy. And we bumped into this paint and sip concept. And there were two vendors there. One was the big boy that has most of the studios around the country, and the other was Pinots Palette. And we just fell in love with the Pinots Palette studio. There were about 34 studios at the time. There's now 134 Pinots Palettes.
Wow.
So we've been here 5 years in August.
So tell us a little bit about what kind of, I know you do like your typical come in and paint the painting, but what do you do outside of that?
Well, when we started, we opened this 5 years ago. The industry's called paint and sip, and people paint a painting at the direction of professional artists. And this is our bread and butter. We do these day in and day out. But what we found was we're trying to evolve that business to be more innovative, and we've done things such as this one that I'm holding, which is a pet treat jar. Painting on the glass jar, put your pet treats in there. We've painted on pallet woods, which are these things. These are actually made by a local vendor and just doing the same painting, but instead of on canvas, doing it on this heavy duty pallet wood. And that just kind of makes for a more permanent decoration in your home, something you can pass down to your family as well. And then what thing you've got there is a serving tray. Again, it's the same painting concept, yet in a little different medium.
Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah, and just something that guests can take home, and that looks like you bought that.
Yeah.
That is really amazing. It's it's a lot of fun to do.
Yeah. Well, and I was surprised. I came and did a painting, and I have zero artistic instinct at all. So I was a little nervous about it.
Right.
But your staff is super friendly, and it was actually way easier than I thought it was going to be, and it was a lot of fun. So,
Well, that's what we find is people think they can't do this. I cannot tell you how many people have said, I can't even draw a stick figure. And I say, that's good because we don't draw stick figures. But they come in and they haven't picked up a brush since they were in elementary school. But once you get, and I'm the same way, but once you get the direction of a professional artist that walks you step by step and lays down the background, it just starts to come together, and pretty soon you're amazed at what you created.
Yes.
And then you go home and you show your husband or your wife or your kids, and they're like, Dad, did you do that? And they're so impressed, and just makes you feel good.
Yeah. My husband did the paint your pet.
Sure.
He loved that. He was not happy about having to go paint either, but he loved it, and now he shows it to everybody when they come over.
Well, I tell a lot of people the guys don't want to do it. They're too cool. They don't want to come in. That's for my wife or my mom. I don't want to do it. But if we can get them in and get a brush in their hand, everything changes.
Yeah.
Guys don't get to be creative in a lot of the jobs they do. So all of a sudden they're creative, and they're also competitive. And so
Yes.
they're looking at yours, they're looking at mine, they're looking at yours.
And theirs has got to be better.
Exactly. And it's a lot of fun doing it. And having a bottle of beer or a glass of wine certainly helps as well.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit. I know you do the date night painting, so tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so date night painting is the same general concept of a painting, but instead of everybody painting the same painting, you paint different ones, and then they go together on your wall.
Yeah, I love
So
that.
we call that a date night painting. It just kind of adds a little something special. It makes a big painting that can go over a bed or a couch or something in your home or the fireplace. It's kind of say, I did mine, you did yours, and they come together.
Yeah, I love that, because then you're not going home with two of the same
Exactly,
thing.
exactly.
So if somebody wanted to reach out to Pinots Palette or to come in and take a class, how does that process work?
So it's a very simple, typical internet process. So we've got a website, www.pinotspalette.com, and you go on there, it's got our whole calendar, and you figure out what painting you like on a day that fits your schedule, and you sign up just like an internet cart. Put it in the cart and make a reservation. When you get here, we'll be all set up for you. You'll have your name on the table, your painting station's all prepared, and get a glass of wine, get settled in, and they just take you step by step through the process.
Well, if there was one last thing that you could leave with someone who maybe has never heard of Pinots Palette, what would that be?
It would be our tagline: paint, drink, have fun. That's
Yes.
really what it's all about.
I love
Paint,
that.
you drink, and you have a good time.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for having us in, Reed. I know we had so much fun getting to look at all your paintings and see what you guys are
Well,
about.
thanks for including us. Very nice meeting you.
Awesome.